And welcome to Sports Ham. We have a fun show for you again today. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like content like this and would like to see more. Follow us on social media, sports.ham on Instagram and TikTok. Today's show, disgruntled Colorado Rockies fan gets hit with a baseball and then sues the team because the team is performing too poorly. And in other words, they stink. But first, what was Tommy Pham thinking here, Taylor?
Yeah, so there it is. The money shot. So he got touched right there.
Oh, little love tap from the fan, but he doesn't love it.
Yeah. And
Look,
there's the culprit.
Oh yeah, look at that nice hunky fellow. Looks like he was getting a talk to from the field staff as well. Hey, maybe don't touch the professional baseball players. That'd be really great. And then here goes Tommy. He's the guy's chirping at him or something. He gives him a little bit of this. Ready?
There it is.
Jesus, buddy. You know, it's like, following the fallout from this, Tommy Pham received a 1-game suspension, and it kind of reminds me of the Key and Peele skit with Hingle McCringleberry or whatever it is in the football game where he does the pumps. Do you know the pumps?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
You do 2 pumps, it's okay. You do 3 pumps, you're going to get suspended. And I feel like we have a Hingle McCringleberry issue here where he stroked it a few too many times. Yeah. That's a 1-game suspension.
He is pissed. Just look at his face. There's a lot of fans that have been saying Tommy is in martial arts and he's not the guy you want to fuck with and he's violent. But to them, I say he's on a fucking field. What's he going to do? And yeah, I think, should he have done it? No, but it's funny. And I just think that the real kicker is, had the broadcast team not mentioned anything about the touch on the play, the producers in the truck would not have been focused on anything happening here, and he probably would have gotten away with it.
Yeah.
You know, and
I gotta tell you, I feel bad for Tommy Pham here, to be honest. I mean, he's already pissed because he plays for the Pirates. And this whole situation we have, this is just a microcosm of the 2025 Pittsburgh Pirates. They're performing well here today, up 2 runs against a pedestrian. What are they? The California A's, and he's got some sweaty guy who's at least 3 bratwursts deep, kind of just touching him on the field. But that being said, if you play baseball, you know, hey, when the ball comes to you, it's already the guy's already rounding first, is going to get to second. But the look he gives the fan for having the audacity to touch him kind of drives me crazy. He gives like a little hesitation to throw to the cutoff guy or all the way to first. I'm sure Tommy Pham is a big, strong boy who can throw it all the way across the field from left field. But the hesitation is just so audacious, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and the broadcaster, the announcer for this game was like, it's going to be a double regardless, but still, right. I mean, you're in the game. Yeah, play. You know, that's what you're there to do.
Like you were saying with Tommy Pham, I mean, he knows martial arts. He can clearly hit the hell out of a baseball whenever he gets around to actually making contact with it. You wouldn't do this on the streets. I guess you were just this random heftier gentleman. You wouldn't just kind of put your hands on him. So that's kind of the fine line where it's, you know, I paid a ticket to be here. I can do what I want. You kind of can't. You kind of just can't do that.
You teach kindergartners personal space, so
at least he was paying attention. I got to give him to that. You know, the Angels have been kind of a horrendous franchise altogether anyways, so at least he was paying attention to the game. But we can't say the same for this fan over in Colorado. Looks like Timothy Roeckel is the man's name. He was struck by a foul ball while attending a Rockies game. This was back in 2023 at Coors Field. He claims he was hit in the face by a foul ball while sitting in a luxury suite during a game at a Rockies match, right? And the man is suing not just because of the response from the stadium's medical team, but also because he is claiming that the team is so bad, they're uninteresting to watch, and therefore he couldn't properly protect himself when a foul ball shot off the barrel of a bat and hit him in the face.
I think, fucking crazy. This guy is nuts. But also, it wasn't even his suite. So this guy got invited as a guest for some company, like Locked In Companies or something, to the stadium suite that they had. That's a private suite. So this one's legit, right? And essentially gets pegged and like has a huge problem with it. Never paid a ticket in the first place. Like was there as an invited guest. But the kicker to me, and I'll click over to it really fast, is that the suites themselves, he's claiming that there should have been netting or some way to protect against foul balls. These suites have enclosed glass doors.
Yeah, man.
If you weren't going to watch the game, just stay inside the suite. That means he had to have gone out of the suite into the private viewing area where you watch the game.
Yeah, I think we should call this what it is. This guy was at a work retreat. He was at a work party, and he got embarrassed in front of the whole crew. A baseball nailed him right in his stupid fucking head, and he was humiliated. And yeah. I mean, I don't know why you'd be paying attention to the Colorado Rockies getting their asses beat right now. I mean, I know this is, a season, at least a season prior to now, but they are currently on pace to lose 137 games. I don't even think I'm making that number up. So does he have a point when you're saying his actual claim he's making is that the Rockies' long-standing poor performance in the field has contributed to a game day environment in which spectators, particularly those in luxury suites, are less engaged with action on the field? Does he have a point? There's a lot to say to that because I think a lot of owners don't actually want their baseball team to win. I know it sounds weird, but they are making a profit. These teams have only shot up in value every year, every decade. For the last, the Rockies have a relatively newer team, but I mean, they're worth probably at least $1 billion now. And a lot of these owners don't really care to win. I can't even remember the last time the Rockies had any strong playoff performance. And does this sound just like a pissed off fan who got embarrassed in front of his coworkers? Yes, but there is something to say with a lot of these owners. In particular, I'm in Pittsburgh. The Pirates owner has only profited off of the team without putting any real talent on the diamond to play, and he lasts his way all the way to the bank while the team goes under 500 every year. So maybe keep your wits about you when you're at a baseball game. They give you the warning before the game starts. Yeah, but there is something to it.
Yeah, to your point, when you're only concerned with profit, you would think that they'd be incentivized to win games, to fill seats. But if you are filling seats, whether you win games or not, and the only incentive of winning is a higher ticket price. But like to your point, if you're already profiting and you don't really have to do anything and you can continue the contracts you're on and not have to keep paying anybody more money, why change it up? So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think what a lot of the owners in professional sports, especially in this country, is it really is just that's a moneymaker that's there every year for me. And these billionaires who are owning professional teams, it means a little bit more. You can be a billionaire and can kind of, be behind this. Nobody will ever know your name, but because you own a professional franchise, you're that much more interesting at fucking cocktail parties or whatever. You're more of a star. Whether or not, you want to see, you want to think about these 70, 80-year-old white dudes who own these teams, that they like it. They like being able to be like, no, I'm that guy that owns that team and I get the best, whatever. I get the best suite in the whole place. And you would think they would want to just propel their team to championships, but really it's just for the glam of having it. And it's a constant profit maker. So.
Yeah. And it gets you wondering, like, do the GMs of these teams and the coaches, like, at what point do they finally say, like, this is not acceptable? Like, if I were a coach or a GM, like, I'd want to be winning. Like, do you really want to, like, I guess you're making enough money that you don't care, but to me, that's like your whole career is just being on the Rockies losing. Like,
It's a pretty good job.
Like, I guess, yeah. Like, hey, you're making the money. Fuck it, I suppose. But I don't know. To me, I would want to be, and not saying that you have to spend a bunch of money on talent, just like you could get at least competitive. like maybe you could get competitive. Like, but when's the next Moneyball gonna happen? I guess, right? Like, who's gonna step in and change the game for the Rockies?
Right. Right.
So,
could be this guy. If he wins the lawsuit, maybe he can make millions.
I think he should.
Team.
Yeah.
He's clearly he has a win first mentality. So
they should have him give all of his notes on how to make the game more interesting so that people won't get hurt.
Yeah, and more safe and more interesting. Yeah. I think we're really onto something there. Okay, well, until next time, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow us, sports.ham on Instagram and TikTok. Bye.